everybody. Welcome back to the show, the number one show on Rogers Television. Meet the Band. I'm your host, the BMD, as usual. And my guest to the left of me is a band called The Bomb. We're going to get into the name. I find that very intriguing. The name, meet the guys. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. And of course, as we move along, we'll be into Scott's Corner for the update with Blackrose Entertainment, our sponsor on the show. Anyways, guys, please introduce yourself left to right on my left to right. And let's kick it off.
I'm Rob Vandervluten.
Hey, Rob.
Singer of the band, and the one to try to get the crowd going.
Okay.
And this we have here is
I'm Sean Gillespie, but he's underselling himself because he also plays guitar and synthesizer in the band as well.
Okay.
But,
right off, people are going to ask.
BMD, they say humility is a good quality in a man.
I got you. Well, we won't make them feel that bad today. We're only going to do good things out there. Listen, everybody on the show always sends in viewer mail about the backgrounds. They're very interested in the backgrounds of the group. Can you talk about how it started, when it started, the background, et cetera, et cetera? Give us a little bio on yourselves, of course, and the band.
Okay, if Rob doesn't mind, I'll start off. So this project's probably, believe it or not, about 12 or 13 years old, with a couple year hiatus while we all did that COVID thing. But in the current format, we got about 5 years under our belt. And it just started basically as a local act, maybe with some big things in mind or some bigger things in mind. But we just realized that nobody was playing that classic 80s new wave music. If you went out to see live music in a bar or a venue, you were generally getting, you're kind of getting 60s or 70s consolidated into a show. So we wanted to take it into that new wave genre. And it just went so well and just kept getting more enthusiastic audiences really enjoying themselves, that we kind of turned it into a theater tribute, and we're all over Ontario now. But the name The Bomb came because we didn't know what to call it. And we sort of did a Facebook marketing thing where we put it out there for people to say, what should we call this project? And somebody wrote in and said, "You guys are the bomb." Yeah. And just to use that old tired expression, and it stuck.
Yeah. It stuck. So people, I think, love The Bomb. Watching your bio and some of your videos getting ready for the show, it seems very entertaining, and the songs very seem like they're very mimicked, in the sense it not only sounds good, it sounds very close to the original artist. Congrats on that. Tell us, how does practice make perfect?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like it's in our blood to bring these songs and make them alive, like we had wrote the songs ourselves, and bring them to the crowd and relive that soundtrack of your youth when you were, either high school, college, or whatever age you were. We have all kinds of demographics. We got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's a whole range of ages come watch us. And when they hear that, it's like they're in their living room back in the day, having a house party with the radio cranked up with their favorite tunes. And we want to make that whole experience come back again. And authentic. Yeah. So we do all our parts to be, really get a deep dive into the song, to give it a critical listen and recreate the sounds, whether it's a guitar effect or whether it's if I'm going to try to do a lead singer from a specific band, I break down that voice and try to do the same kind of nuances that voice has. And it kind of comes across to people that they say, "Oh my God, that sounded just like the band. That was great. I was transported again." So that's our goal, is to bring that experience, and it seems to be well received right now.
So,
but BMD,
Rob
touched on something really quick. If I could just add in, though, but we do try to make it our own. And what we find is very helpful for us is, if you watch any of these bands that are actually still in action, hitting the stage now in 2026, they've kind of brought everything they've made everything a little bit more current. So when we're doing our interpretation of the songs, or when Rob's reinterpreting the vocals, anything we're doing, we do try to bring it up to date. Want it to be a time capsule, like Rob said, soundtrack of your youth live in concert, but always bringing it up to date and making it sort of feel a little bit more, even relevant today.
Yeah.
So the big question would be more for the singer, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
You get up there, so many tunes, so many words, so many verses. Have you ever opened up your mouth and nothing comes out, or you're singing a different song? You got to tell the viewers.
There were a couple of times where some songs from the same artist, if we cover two songs from the same artist, the intros might throw me off. But I do a lot of work to make sure that I have a seamless show, and to make it so that it's automatic in my mind that the video starts of the lyrics. It's like a video for me. So I seeing the video in my head, that gives me more room to go ahead and work the audience, because I like to get out into the audience and include them. And so then if I'm not thinking about the lyrics, they seem to come out quite fine. But it does take work. You have to have those sleepless nights, the earworms, or you can't shut off the lyrics going around and around and around. That's why the melatonin helps. And but it is work. It takes work. And I don't want to have a tablet or a stand or anything. I want to have a wireless mic and just go. So there have been a few times where I can open my mouth and the words come just at the millisecond in time. Maybe a few times that they don't, but then I make up words.
And then you see the rest of us. The rest of us, you see us with a handkerchief wiping our forehead.
You know what? I'm going to answer that, also add on to it that the crowd is so forgiving, and I'm not intimidated by the crowd. Every crowd we've had has been so good, and you can actually see them singing out in the audience, and you can kind of almost they help you. So
that's like your monitor. You can
totally. Yeah. And they're forgiving too, because sometimes you maybe put your own kind of spin to the way you sing the lyrics, to make it your own, and it might be out of time with what they're doing there, but and a word here and there is not a big deal. But no, usually comes off really, really smooth. Yeah.
Now you've talked a little bit about the band. I know there's only two of you. Obviously, there's more than two of you, at least on your videos and bio. Can you tell us about the band, the other members, and how the band was assembled? Are you buddies? Was it auditions? How did it happen?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'll take our drummer, if that's okay with Rob. Then Rob can handle the Greek god known as Constantine. Jamie, we call him Jamie Thunder for a joke, but Jamie Pugh and I both went to Henry Street High School in Whitby, and we won't divulge what year, but Jamie and I were in bands all through high school, including the Henry Street High School brass band, and then we subsequently toured Canada playing basically this kind of music in the mid 80s, and so we're back at it, living the dream. Jamie, like I said, he's a friend for life, and him and I have been joined at the hip since we were basically kids, and he's playing the drums right in behind. He plays a really interesting hybrid kit, which everybody will see at the upcoming shows hosted by Blackrose, and that is a portion of his drums are electronic, going through a drums synthesizer, and then a portion of his drums are the old-fashioned tried and true acoustic drums. So a really neat hybrid setup that helps him get all the sounds that you'd expect from an 80s show.
You mentioned the drummer, and there was I heard a Greek god, or was that the drummer?
Yes, our good man Constantine Gatsis, he's on guitar. And I have to tell you, he's one of the best guitarists I've ever heard in any kind of setting. He has such an ability to do any kind of style. He can get a dirty, grungy guitar, or he could be doing something like chicken picking, or he can do all of it, and which is important because he can transpose some of our songs where there might be a sax lead. He can make it into a guitar lead. And he can really work.
Very versatile.
Oh yeah, very versatile. And he looks great up there. Great guy to play with. And we're just so lucky to have him, to be honest.
So now that we know the balance of the band, I assume, How did you get started? Meaning, okay, I heard the high school buddies for life. Did you do auditions with the other guy, or was it friends, or how did the band start? Like, did you show up one day at McDonald's, Mac, and say,
I think
"Let's
it's the
do it"?
core. It's the core out, right? From
Well, I think I'm the one surviving straggler who's been with it the whole time. It was kind of a brainchild of mine and a couple of other guys who've they're not in music anymore. They've moved on to other projects, but um, basically every step of the way, when Jamie and I reforged after COVID, yeah, there was auditions for Constantine on guitar when we wanted to make it into sort of an Ontario-wide touring tribute. And the last piece of the puzzle was Rob here, and thankfully, about 5 years ago, he came into our lives.
Interesting. Now, gentleman sitting in below looks like he's got his camera straightened out. Scott Templeton from Blackrose Entertainment. How did you meet this guy? We know him as the big boss, him and his wife running the show all over Durham and other outlets. I'm always curious, how did you meet a character like him?
Is this for me to answer or for Scott to answer?
You guys, go ahead. We've got two guys, two different comments. You gotta love the guy, number one, but how did you meet him?
well, we've been following a lot of the
Pestering might be a better word.
yeah, a lot of the productions that they put on, and amazing stuff, and catching some shows, and we really appreciate that there's a fella like Scott out there
And Christine,
and
yeah.
Christine doing this, because it brings all this talent in a close community, so that we get a chance to see it. If they weren't doing it, we wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And so we
Durham
follow
region
that.
would have
Oh, yeah.
would have virtually
No,
nothing
so it's
without it.
so essential. So we're following, and we're paying attention. So and aspiring to be under the wing. And
But we've worked with a few promoters, but we have sent Scott and Christine a press kit probably as a Christmas present almost every year. But I think Scott and I bumped into each other at the Remembrance Day services in downtown Oshawa a couple of years ago, and we got chatting, and everything has started to flow from there. So it's good karma.
They're a great group, certainly doing and making their mark in the Durham industry. Now, music selection, I know we touch based on, let's say, top hits, number one hits, or whatever. But do you go to your practices or the show saying, "Hey, what about this one?" Or you're packaged up, you're comfortable where you are? I mean, right now, are you open to change, or meaning letting new stuff come in, or it's right down to routine now, and you just got to perfect that routine?
We're always receptive to some change, but the thing is, what we don't want to change is the fact that we're paying tribute to a decade of new wave 80s. So there's only so much to select from, and so many big hits, and there's only so much that will go over in a theater environment. We probably have about 50 or 60 songs that we could choose from on any given day with a little brush up. And, like I said, there's always something being added, but we are very careful to make sure they're not self-indulgent, and to make sure that, I don't know if it's an 80-20, but we always want to make sure that about 80% of the audience who are paying really good money to come and see an 80s show, they know the songs we're playing. And then on any given day, there could be 20% that might not know that song, but we think it's a pretty solid number. If 80% of the people in the audience can sing along, move and groove to a song that we're playing, then we know we're on the right track.
Love the idea. I think it's a wild idea, and the sound is real good. Now, venues, you're all over the place. What would be right off the top of your head? What's your favorite venue?
I think Gravenhurst.
So far,
Yeah, Gravenhurst Opera House has been a really good reception there. The folks are everybody's been great everywhere. We've had in Sterling, Picton, and we're going back because the crowd are really responding to us. And I find that the towns that aren't really very big are very involved in the local arts and entertainment, and so they come out and support. And we make a point of going and doing a poster campaign in every town that we play, whether we're hired or whether we're doing our own production. And we meet and greet people. Some towns we actually do a little bit of a, where we cross-pollinate with a local restaurant or brewery and kind of, advertise through them or with them just to kind of include the town. And I think for me, Gravenhurst has been a really good one.
I'm hesitant because I don't want to have the people think that those are our favorite people.
It's okay.
If you're
Okay, they'll forgive you.
But I'm hoping that the Regent Theatre in Oshawa is our new favorite after April the 10th.
Yeah.
Great answer. Final question. Social media IDs. If people want to get in touch with you, direct in or extend what we're doing right here now, how can they connect with you?
Bottom line, our website is www.thebomblive.com. And if you go on Facebook and you just search The Bomb Live, you will find all kinds of social media connections and links.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. I think the concept is awesome. The video bios were fabulous to watch. Good luck on the shows coming up. I'm the BMD, the host of Meet the Band behind the scenes on Rogers Television. We've been with part of The Bomb today. And if you are happy with what you're hearing and seeing, don't forget to subscribe. See you then, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. We are back with Meet the Band behind the scenes on a Zoom call today with the one and only the BMD, your host on Rogers Television, the number one show on the television circuit. We have expanded everywhere. And speaking about expansion, we are with the big boss now on one of my favorite parts of the show, Scott's Corner, the owner and operator, Scott Templeton, with his wife. They own and operate Blackrose Entertainment. How you doing there, my friend?
Doing great. Been a busy weekend coming up. So
I see you got a jacket on. Are you a little cold over there or what?
no, I'm at my office in the building that I take care of. So it's the off. I don't have the heat on. I never turn it on.
I got you. Well, you are the tough guy. Listen, just finished our Zoom with the band The Bomb, and they commented highly how you and your wife are out there in the community. You did a bit of a meet and greet with them. I know we aren't scripted. We just wing it out there.
Yep.
But what's going on in the community now on your support with Blackrose Entertainment before we get into what's hot?
Well, the biggest one was the Safe Home. We're still donating prizes for them for their raffles coming up. There's the 100 Men of Oshawa that every quarter we go out, or I go out, and we're supporting that. There's a few other functions that are coming up that I'm looking at, and we're looking at moving forward with them. Can't really say what they are yet because everything's not in the ground. So shovel's not in the ground yet.
So listen, how are you doing and your wife? Are you exploding? Last time we talked, it was like a bomb was going off.
Well, we're kind of taking our time and booking some more shows. Again, coming up this weekend, like I said, we have Kim Mitchell. We have a lot of original artists that are on our schedule now. So, a lot of people think we're tribute, but we're not just tribute bands. We're everything. We've got Kim Mitchell, Jim Cuddy, Jesse Cook, David Wilcox. We got pretty much a whole slew of things coming up. We have kids shows, like Dogs Do Magic for the kids on a 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday, April 12th, I believe. And then other shows, I just booking at the end of the month. I just rebooked the Celtic Tenors again, Christmas show. That'll be coming to the Regent Theater. And we also have Matt Dust. But Matt Dust isn't coming. We couldn't get a date at the Regent Theater because it just didn't work in the schedule this time. So we have, they're in Meaford, Midland, and Belleville. Now, if I can work in another date in there somewhere and maybe take advantage of some of the theaters like Bond Street or Biltmore, probably not Biltmore for Matt Does, but Bond Street might work if with seating in there. But again, it's all about moving forward with different shows. I was just presented another one. It's called Stars and Stories. And I'm hoping that we can make this one work. It's Stars and Stories. So this one is a documentary with a band about Nirvana. So that one might be a really good one to go check out. That's the Generation X's, of course. So we've got to get them out and get the new people, new blood going into the Regent Theater in areas.
So you're still operating with your foot on the gas, it sounds like to me. Any new teasers you can say a little bit about?
That's the only one I have right now. We are looking at a few. We'll see how they transpire in October, November, if they decide to come out and tour. I can say I'm already into 2027. So 2027, we're looking at Colin James. He's actually got a new book coming out, so he's going to be doing a tour with the new book, and that'll be announced in 2027. So we're just waiting for the final details on that. And there's a few others like Bruce Coburn. These are all the ones that I've been trying to get. Again, there's October. We'll probably have Jason McCoy back in. Jason McCoy, Doc Walker, and Michelle Wright. Great Canadian road trip. So hopefully that gets together. They're looking for a couple other theaters to go into as well. So I'm trying to plant some seed in other theaters to jump on board so we can get this thing rolling.
Now, is there anything you're not doing?
What's that?
Is there anything you're not doing? Like you're still finding time to go to bed, eat lunch, supper, dinner, breakfast.
Oh yeah. Well, always make time for that. We're trying a new thing as well. I'm taking Gatto this year from the Regent Theater, and we're going to go to Bond Street. So we're going to put it into another theater, which is more a bar sit down, and I think it'll work for Gatto. So, and a few other shows that I was looking at, like Coldplay in October, tribute to Coldplay. So that would be in October at Bond Street, and I'm looking at a few other shows that we have on the schedule that I could probably move to different theaters. So I'm trying to take over all the theaters in Oshawa.
Okay. Now on your venue here, that seems to be a new plan. Can you expand on that a little bit, or that's all QT?
Sorry, on my.
I say you seem to be expanding. You announced that there could be a new bar scene happening versus just the concert venue. Can you expand on that new idea?
Well, there's some shows that I like to try new shows and put them in at the Regent Theater, but some of them don't produce up to 200, 250. They'd be better at one of the other theaters where I can use it, because they're more suited for, I guess, a sit down and stand up audience, and with dancing in the areas. So if the Regent Theater, you can do dancing on the sides, but at a couple like Bond Street, we took a tour. It's a nice venue. So we have to decide what we're going to do with it. And, we're going to try and get some shows there and partner with them on some things, and we'll see how it goes.
So I'm understanding, if I get it right, Blackrose Entertainment is now potentially, don't want to get ahead of myself, offering a bit of a dance bar scene type concert with the bands, expanding on the big shows.
I would say so, yeah.
And how did that all come about, if I can ask? I
Well,
don't mean the intel, but is it an idea you had?
It's just an idea me and my wife had, me and Christine had. So, me and Chris decide to try a couple things, and we're going to look at it. Hopefully it works, and we'll see where it transpires. We'll see the direction it heads in.
I think that's a great idea. Any other announcements before we cut you off?
I don't have a whole lot of other ones other than, we have the bomb coming, which just finished the interview. We have the bomb in Midland, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a packed day. We have Wilcox at the Regent Theater, David Wilcox, that is, and we have the bomb in Midland, and we have where's the other one? Oh, we have in Brantford. We have Elvis.
Wow.
Elvis on tour in Brantford. So, it's going to be a busy day tomorrow.
Well, I got to say, thanks again for doing the interview. I know you're a busy guy. You look good, so things must be in agreeing with you.
It's the beard.
We'll get her on one day. Folks, you've been listening to Meet the Band Behind the Scenes with our show, Scott's Corner, on Zoom today. And Scott is an owner and operator of Blackrose Entertainment, sponsor of the show. We're happy and proud about that. And if you're happy with what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe. There's a button right down there to say hello. We are here, breathing, and ready to go. Scott, great seeing you again. Until next time, have a great time. Hey folks, the BMD here on my show, Meet the Band. If you or your group would like to be a guest on the show, email us at thebmdpodcast@gmail.com. See you then.